我来的时候他是讲英文的，今天我相信我不在这边了，因为我不会英文啊。那我有去过英文的公司的哦，他们每次讲的就是很直接的，就是要摆 books， 书里面讲写他就要讲做，不然他说不可以的。说如果一个人是读英文的，然后他每次都要出国了，都是去那些讲英文的国家了，美国啦、英国这些东西哈，你觉得如果他来到了我们的公司啊，立慧国际，你觉得他会不会相信这间公司？都是讲华语的，我相信他180%是排斥的。那我们让他来跟我们分享，为什么他会在立慧国际？那就是我们要掌声，那就是 Oliver 来跟我们分享。
哇，原来有这么多人。大家晚上好。Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Oliver Tan. 今天我用英文讲可以吗？因为刚才我听到 Gloria 讲，要会有翻译的，我听到我第一个最赞成。为什么？因为我一直要翻译。刚才他讲的东西全部我都认同，以前我confirm不认同。因为他讲到的东西好像我全部要讲的东西，因为我要 analyze。Okay, but I changed it into English and I analyze what Claudia has just analyzed as well, and why I joined Riway, and why Pertier is such a wonderful product, and why Riway is such a wonderful company. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay, basically I joined Riway in the year 2012. It's almost 6 years now. And the reason why I joined is not because I want to do Riway. It's because of a very simple product testimony. When I tried this product, I realized that this product helped not only myself, but it helped my mom. My mom had a simple condition. It's a nerve issues, causes her to be paralyzed. But at that time, we didn't know Riway. So we choose for doctor. Choose a very famous doctor in Maui. But after the operation, she managed to walk and we are very happy and we said, thank God, God bless. But after many years on doctor's supplement, we didn't know that it was a supplement until I find out that it's actually just vitamin B. Then I start realizing, I travel a lot to the States, so I went to the States to find a lot of supplement, and I brought back a lot of supplement, right? And at that time when my friend told me, basically about Riway, the first instance I told him, please, talk to my hand. Why? Basically, I asked him, is Riway MLM? A lot of people say MLM, don't ask me. A lot of Riway says, direct selling, don't ask me to come in. So basically, myself, a little bit background myself, I'm a sportsman. I represent Singapore playing water polo for about 20 years. I won a lot of gold medals. Thank you very much. Basically, I know what is supplement because most of my supplement are being prescribed by doctors or nutritionists. Then I go and look for supplement. And also because I got a scholarship, I went to Australia to do my graduate. After I graduated, I learned a lot of things in Australia as well because they're professional sports player, and I know a lot of supplement again. But as a graduate, I know I can read a lot, but I cannot help my mom. At that time, I'm very frustrated because I cannot find something that make her recovered 100%. Until she can walk like today. That's how powerful Pertier is. Thank you very much. So basically, today after I've seen such a testimony, I tried my own back problem got well. I start introducing this to my friends, my brothers, especially in the sports fraternity. Okay, of course, my water polo teammate first. I start to introduce to my senior called Boon. He's here today. Can we give him a round of applause because of he started with me. Okay. Then I saw his testimony as well because he's an army officer, and then after he took, and then he can start running like crazy. At the time he couldn't do that, right? So a lot of testimonials start happening. Then slowly I went into Riway to see what is this company, because at that time I had very high suspicions. MLM is paid laman. Am I right? Mostly is scam. It's either pyramid or it's either ask you put a lot of money and then tell you can make a lot of money. None will tell you my product is good. When I start going into the company, I'm not sure whether the ops manager is here, but I know every time I step into the company, they try to avoid me. Why? Because I start asking a lot of questions. It's like I went in to audit this company because at the end of the day, I want to introduce this product to a lot of sports people, to a lot of healthy people. Sorry, not to a lot of unhealthy people. Because if inside there is just one thing, I try to find out if there is steroid inside, I will stop immediately. But at the end, I found there's none. They start showing me a lot of things. So for 6 months, I'm doing it part-time. But in part-time, how come there's an income? I also don't know. At that time, you tell me about the plan, I say, don't talk to me about the plan, I just want to eat. I do not want to work in Riway because I have my own job. Okay, I'm doing procurement, I'm doing worldwide. Every year I handle about $100 million of purchase and I save the company millions of dollars and I get a lot of pay. And my pay is minimum a 3-star pay. So I do not know how much is 3-star here we are making. And I know the pay is not low. But at the end of 6 months, I decided, hey, let's give this company a try. So I went full-time. Thank you very much. So after 6 months, when I went full-time, then I realized, hey, how come when I go full-time, my pay or my income is even more? Then I start to study, I go find books, I start to read. Why MLM? Why MLM is such a powerful platform? Why in my university, my professor don't tell me about MLM? He always say MLM cannot man, pay man. But why in the school they don't teach MLM is a good thing? Then I start reading. Then I realize in the States people are practicing. Even in Thailand, university are teaching. Even maybe in China, a lot of countries, they have such a platform. It's just that people do not do it right. Not like Riway. Then I start going in. Did that. Then I look into Riway. I even suspect our boss, at that time called Dr. Lim, now we call him Mr. Lim Boon Hong. He's not even a Singaporean, you believe me. I suspect until I say this is not a Singapore company. And I tell everybody, then I think myself, realize that I was wrong. Realize that, this is actually a Singapore company. You know why I put Singapore company? Because after I graduate, I tell myself, I will not work for any Singapore company. Why? Because Singapore company, the boss is like that. They will not give you so much, they won't give you, all kinds of things. So I choose to work only in MNCs, big company, especially in the US. So I work mostly a multi-billion-dollar company. But today I'm very proud to tell everybody that we are actually in a Singapore company and we are in a multi-billion-dollar company. We give you a lot of applause. Today, if you walk around, you must be very proud telling people that, hey, I am in Riway and wearing this badge is no joke. I don't care which company you are in, but I know I'm in a Singapore company, I got a Singapore boss, I'm in a billion-dollar company. And today we are going around the world to influence many, many, many people. Like what Claudia just explained, has not even come. Right? So basically, I analyzed this company and start going in there. Then I realized that, hey, I am in a team called Diamond Team, which is Team 36. I know in Singapore a lot of Team 37 or RW37 that time, but I don't know how come I ended up in this team, which majority of my uplines or leaders, all very powerful ones, are all in Malaysia. So I was like, never mind. I do not have a leader here in Singapore to lead me. I retrain myself. I reset myself. I go back to the books. I go back to the company. I work with the BD. I go to the DVD. The first DVD that I look at is called NDO. You know what's NDO? You know, huh?
Yes.
Did you all go through the NDO? Who here don't have NDO at home? Who don't have? You don't have, you better go buy one. Because NDO is like a Bible to me. Every day I listen to NDO. Because, why? At that time when I started going full time, I was just a 2-star. Then, I start asking all the Pavo, team elite at that, Pavo was a very big shot, no Pegasus that time. I start asking every single one of them, hey, how to be team elite? They say, Chikan NDO? Then I ask, hey, how to be team elite? Hey, Chikan NDO? Hey, how to be team elite? Hey, look at NDO. So, what is NDO? Then I can't touch you. Look, how many times? Say, as many times as you want. You can look minimum 50 times. So that it goes into your head. I don't believe. So I went home because I had trouble understanding Chinese. I look at NDO, wow, Chinese, how to translate. I read the subtitle to understand NDO, you believe me? Because there's translation in English into English. When boss tells about NDO, sometimes the Chinese word, I don't understand what is it. Maybe my interpretation is wrong, so maybe I teach it wrongly also, if I use Chinese. So I understand in English, then I start learning. Then I realize, wow, this company using English is tough. And my Chinese is jalat. God, I don't study much Chinese in school, right? Then I have no choice. Every event I go is in Mandarin. Then how? Don't go. Cannot, right? Because we want to learn. So I have no choice but to go and follow. Every event I go, I learn little bit, until I improve my Chinese. So if you do not know Chinese, it's okay, come Riway to learn. Okay? Really? Today if you speak with boss, he also speak with you Chinese, although he know English. It's not that he don't want to speak English. He purposely want to speak Chinese to you. I try to communicate with him. He Chinese, I English. He Chinese, I English. He Chinese, I English. But we understand each other. Lucky, our boss is damn good. You can give our boss a round of applause. So as we go along, NDO is one of the tools, okay, that make me success. So me, I learned from the NDO 2 things actually I learned. One is YMLM. I go home and start writing and drawing. The first step of NDO, I managed to make a lot of closing. You believe me? Because in school nobody teach me that. Thank you very much. Second thing, NDO there's 10 steps. I go to step number 2 only. The second step which I try to duplicate, because inside say must duplicate 100%. I try to duplicate whatever the company teach. I do. Whatever my leader teach, I do. I try to duplicate. Cannot duplicate one, don't do. Okay? Don't go and do. You know why I can tell you this? Because in the beginning when I come in, you know our OPP, right? Tell me frankly, when you come in, you see our OPP, do you criticize the OPP? Say, wow, why so ugly? Why the bird so big? Why put this kind of thing? Do you all do that? God, I'm sure you have. Because I'm one of those. Wow, why like that? Why the PowerPoint? Can I change a bit? Not this one present like that? Cannot wrong one nobody will understand one. Then you go and change the whole OPP. Change and you start presenting. How come no sales? Nobody understand. Then I go back, switch, or go back, learn. Oh, then I understand. OPP is written by our boss, so don't go and change it. Really, I tell you. Boss, think so long how to write the OPP until you can present every single thing. Whatever you have in question or your customer has in question is in the OPP. Don't believe me? You go and try. All your questions I can say. If you can't resolve it, go back to NDO. So these are very basic. This is how I start. After that, the step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I also don't know. I use these 2 steps, I become a Bravo in 3 months. So, in the end, I realized, hey, come to Riway, 咪幾強啊！聽話照做了，會say，而且聽什麼話照什麼做。Because every time they tell me, just listen and do can already. At that time, I don't understand this. But now I realize that actually, you just listen. Why? Because these people up there, they have banged the wall until they are bleeding, you also don't know. You don't know what. You want to bang your wall? Go ahead. So basically, I just do that basic reset myself, empty myself. Don't think too much. Because we have a lot of friends who are CEO level, who even study doctor. I even have friends who are doctor trying to challenge me, but today some of them are also eating, no choice, you know. At the end of the day, if we understand even deeper, we must understand another thing called the 6P, which just now Claudia has presented out very, very, very well. So basically, what are the 6P that you should look at? Because I use these kind of tools to work in the beginning. 6P, the first P is our product. You all know our product is what? Don't know. Petir, right? So our product is petir. Why petir? It's high value. Why high value? There's a reason just now Claudia already explained. That is high value. When she started going into details, I was so glad that she's describing the details because I myself, we went to the factory, we saw how this was made. And I can tell you, petir is very cheap. Because of the process, because of the ingredients, because of what this thing can do. Petir, I tell you, is too cheap to be sold at this 3688 level. I can tell you that. It's not that I'm trying to promote the product at this price. If I can sell, I'll add another 0 behind. Because I have friends already cut off their phytos. Today he's well and he says he's no more diabetic. I sell it 30,000, he also will take. Because I have friends who are cancer stage 4. Today he's sitting here. He outlived what the doctor says. Do you think if I sell him at 30,000, he will buy? He will sure buy it. He will buy another set at 30,000. You believe me? So now you see, simply just diabetic and cancer, we can have such a testimonials. Don't talk about my mom, high blood got well. I don't believe you. When the doctor say my mom only take medication, I call the doctor because I'm very kiki. You sure, doctor? You don't give my mom the medication? 72 hours she got stroke out. Because I'm a medic in the Navy, I know. Hey, don't play a fool with medication. Whatever doctor say, I must trust. I'm being brought up, understand doctor. Today I'm not saying doctor no good. We need doctor to diagnose what we are. But today we know that we have an alternative, which is petir, or maybe some other good product that you have. I do not know. Right? But we have something that's in hand that can help a lot of people. I even have a TCM. His dad was diagnosed with colon stage 3. Today, colon got well. I said, I don't know, maybe you TCM, you treat him well, you just give him petir extra, he got well only. Not my petir good, maybe it's your treatment is good. But I don't tell them that, hey, petir, no such thing. Okay? So we must understand that, hey, come on, petir is not sian tan, they call it. It's not eat already, the guy can stand up and fly off. I always ask my teammates, petir 食了會死哦。嘛是照死是 Victor, can we give Victor? Simply we just use facts and figures. Today I ask you, 食飯會死哦。嘛是死哦， you go and blame the Royal Umbrella, hey, why my dad eat until die? You won't. So So today, Petir eat ready, at the end of the day, someone bye-bye, you won't come to Riway, right? Because we know this is food. We are not a medication even. So as I go in there, a lot of things happen. Product-wise, it's already there. Then I look into what? The potential. I love this. Why? Because I learned from who? I learned from Mr. Victor Tan. When he went on stage, he presented the potential. At that time, I was like, wow, how come there is such a huge potential in Riway? And I'm very proud to say today we are a Singapore company. We started here in Singapore. At the end of the day, the rest of the world is below us. You believe that? Thank you very much. So whatever Riway is doing is just all out to make sure we here Singaporean mostly benefit from it. Thank you. If you are in Singapore and you do not want to look into this company, I say good luck to you. Maybe one fine day you will understand. You don't understand now, it's okay, never mind. But one fine day, when you go to anybody's house, you walk in, how come got one bottle per tier there? How come got one bottle per tier there? How come they only talk about Riway? Then you realize that no such thing as no such thing. Okay? So we must look, the potential we can go where. Just now I heard Claudia says US. We haven't go. I got a lot of friends in the US because I work and stay in the US for many years. I know down there a lot of people need. Why? Basically, I just look at statistics. Why? I'm an engineer. I look at a lot of numbers. You look, US, do they have diabetic? Sure have. Do they have high blood? Sure have. Do they have cancer? Sure have. I am very sure US is even a big market than in Singapore. I am very sure. It's just that they do not know. Which is good for us. If they don't know, we got big potential. Am I right? So next, besides potential, then I look at the platform. I look at the company. Hey, how come Riway do things? They don't go on the table. How come Riway do things? It's always by the books. Oh, I like this. Because they do not allow us to anyhow. I call it. Okay? If not, they will cut you up. But I know boss don't like to do that. But I've in this company for about 6 years, I've never seen really cut people. He only protect, he want everyone to be good. Because he's a very kind-hearted person. I know boss. Right? So can we have another round of applause for boss? So we look at the other aspect. Besides we have such a good company, what else do we have? We have a very good plan. If you don't understand the plan, later please ask your friend. Because this plan is so simple that it took me 11 sessions. I went into the office, explained, Pong, 什么是Pong? 推荐, 什么是推荐? Because I don't know Chinese. A sponsor, what is sponsor? Because I know nuts about MLM. Because I never touched before. I don't know what is direct selling. I do not know what is binary system. So it took me about 11 sessions. At that time, luckily, in the old Riway office, which is in Malay, we have this business development called Jackie. He just teach me, slowly he teach me. Every time I go in, he just draw until I understand. Even my OPP, I started, he has to teach me in English because I said I don't know Chinese. So no choice, private session, English OPP, until I know, then I learn Chinese. So we look, hey, how come our plan is so powerful? Only 3 basic plans. Today, we have so many Pegasus. That beats me. I start to calculate. Wow, really our plan. If you are Pegasus, you understand what I'm talking about. If you are not, please be one first, then you will understand. But really our plan, no joke. Okay? Do not think that your friend today is trying to bring you in just because you want to make that $350. Do not do that. Because it's very cheap. Company paying $350, he will take care of you for life. You believe me? Today I sponsor you, I have to take care of you for life. For $350, that's very cheap. To buy my coaching, to buy my knowledge to teach you for $350 is cheap. Really. Today you ask somebody, if you want to headhunt me, how much you have to pay before I go out and work for them? I do not know they dare to see my income. But importantly, our plan really, if you want to compare, I do not know how you want to compare because I never do other MLM before. But as far as I know, every time when I explain plan, the other company people will open their jaw, then they will keep quiet, they will walk away. So I know at least my plan works. At least my plan can beat their plan. I don't know how good is their plan. So that's plan. Then after that, I analyze some more. Hey, wow, how come the people here in the company, when I meet them, everyone is so friendly. This environment, I don't get it when I work outside, you know that. When I start working outside, a lot of people will take something behind, step you and always. But not here. Here everyone come, shake hand, tell you good things, wow, be positive. Everything is about positive. The people, including our management people, from boss all the way down. Right? And then after that, we look at the procedure. We have all kinds of very good, very simple procedure. Please go and read your rules and regulations. I warn you, please go and go through your rules and regulations. But I read every single one of them. Right? So at the end of the day, I understand, why NDO 6P can help me on this. So I start, for me, it's easier to coach my team on this kind of thing. Okay? My team in Singapore, we are small, but we will not be so small because we know we are growing. Right? We know we have a few Pegasus that are still fighting now. Right? Can we have a round of applause? So, for me, I'm seeing Riway. Besides Zowo, you must think, I don't know about you, but for me, I think can. You come and try. Maybe can for you, maybe cannot for you. Because we also have people who say cannot do and then they left. Am I right? There will be people who can do very successfully. There are people who curse and swear and say, you pian what it like. A lot are like that. So at the end of the day, okay, these 5 years, the journey that I went through, there's up, there's down, there's up, there's down, there's up, there's down, and there will be all the way up. I'm very sure. And this cycle, up, down, down, and then up, if you go through this cycle, I want to congratulate you because you went through what I call it is the death valley of MLM. Because you go, I see that, you will go through this one. If you don't understand, go and search what is called the death valley in MLM because you will go through this cycle. Because it comes to a time where how come it's so low? How come no sales? How come this? How come that? Then please go back to your drawing board, look through the NDO, go through the 6P, talk to the BD, talk to your upline. You don't have upline, talk to your sideline. Up to you. Whatever it is, go find out why today you are at home sleeping so much, not outside working. A lot of people say, hey, Riway or what? I say, how much time you put in Riway? Or some people say, I am in Riway. I am in Riway. Every day I work in Riway. So I ask how many hours or how many minutes. Maybe in 5 minutes they talk Riway. Then they say, I work Riway every day. You know how much time our Pegasus here put in Riway? I tell you, they shouldn't be sleeping. I don't think they sleep. Every single second, they spend their time. Why? Not for themselves, but for their organization, for their 组织. Can you have a round of applause for all the leaders? Today, what we are trying to do here is not trying to tell you, please come join Riway. But today, we are trying to tell you here is, please open your eyes, open up your ears, look carefully, listen carefully. Riway can or not. You decide. We cannot decide. If you think today Riway cannot, then don't waste time. I say you go out and work, you make the money, it's good. If you think Riway can, please come. And I always say, if you do part-time, you get part-time pay. If you do full-time, you get full-time pay. Because I know if you do part-time, you spend more time. You trust me, because I went through part-time and I spend more time. Because every day got time late, I try to talk, but it doesn't affect, so I will talk even more. So try to go full-time. That's what my encouragement is. If you can go full-time, it's good. But I know here in Singapore, mostly are part-time. I know. Because in this last 5 years, I've seen so many. But if you're going full time, I congratulate you because you'll see a different aspect of Riway for sure. Right? So, in Riway, we do not come here to play a fool. I can tell you, if you come here, try out. I say don't try because you'll waste time. You come here, put your time, put your heart, work with your upline, work with yourself, get more knowledge, attend more meetings. I am sure you are success. I am very sure. Right? So today, I just to conclude, I'm not trying here to try to sell so much about myself, but I'm trying, okay, to make a few thanks to my team. I conclude in Chinese. 今天我要感恩我的组织团队36 Diamond Galaxy 今天在这里，可以给他们一个。今天我组织有一个很大的领导人，刚才我有讲过他的名，他叫做 Mr. Boon， 他其实是 Mr. 大红 Boon， 就是他的见证，谢谢，他的见证让我看到为什么今天我们可以做，因为我是不会做，我问他可以不可以做，因为他是一个突击队的，他吃产品多过我，他保健很厉害的。今天他也是在打着飞马，我知道，可以给他一个掌声。第二个我要感恩的就是，其实在我的下面就是我的家人，就是我的妹妹。我已经跟她谈了很久，死都不要来了，因为她有她自己的生意。今天她把她的生意嫁给了人，一给了就上了把握。等一下再讲，我早知道了。不只是上了把握，他现在帮我一起打上了 Pegasus， 他现在也要打 Pegasus。所以我们不可以开玩笑，因为这个可以变成一个全家人再来做。今天我要感恩另外一个人，就是我另外一半。如果没有他在家里照顾我的孩子，没有他的支持，我confirm是不会来做的，因为我很听他的话，听老婆的话，有没有错？没有错。今天我要感恩我老婆认识你，现在就真的，那时我要辞职不干的时候，在家里真的是会乱，因为那时我的收入是不少。但是他讲，哎呀，你要 OK， 我跟他讲。我要做什么事，我给我自己一个限制，一个时间，给我3到5年。如果我在Riway不成功，我回去做工。幸好5年我做到了这个事。所以我们看Riway，我们不是做1天、2天、1个月、3个月、6个月的东西，不是的，看长远一点点。3年到5年，如果你真的不行的话，回去做工了。我每次都跟很多朋友这样讲，因为你肯定还是有人要请你的，因为你有那个知识，你有那个 education， 因为你知道你可以做到什么。好像我跟我老婆讲，如果5年我不可以，我回去做了，外面还是最少有一个 director 可以做的，最少，因为我们知道我们在哪里，不是讲我很骄傲，但是我知道我 standard 在哪里，只是花了3、5年去看别的东西，又要回来。就当着这3、5年我去读 MLM 大学，谢谢。今天我毕业了，作为一个飞马还不够啊，飞马是不够的，我们一直要再上。我们知道我们现在有什么 Drago 什么 Seed of Honor， 不停的。所以在这边我可以肯定的跟你讲，是啊，Riway肯定是一定要做下去的，不可以退的。我们没有后路可退的。我组织来的人，现在的人是越来越hot的。没有一个来看看的，每个都是来认真的。因为我认真，他们一定要认真。如果不认真，不要浪费时间。我说，因为你的时间也是我的时间，我的时间也是钱，你的时间也是钱，一起来做，一起来配合。不管几点，你打电话，我们都会来帮助你的。你不信，你再打电话给你飞马，看他们会怎么样，卖来吵啊，我可能。We know that everybody here sitting in front of the team will help every single one of you become successful. Why? The very simple reason Claudia mentioned， 刚才 Claudia 也有讲，他要我们 Riway 新加坡再更大一点，因为现在还不够大。你看现在坐在这里不够，你看11月4号我们有多大？你看12月29号我们有多大？我们要把多一点新加坡人挤进去里面，因为今天这个公司真的可以带到我们去全世界，这是我很肯定的。你跟着这个公司，你跟对了老板，你跟对了公司，你跟对了组织，你跟对了上线，你可以做到很大，这个是肯定。只是你自己不要做大，那个不可以怪我，都要怪你自己，对不对？对不对？哇，你看可以给他们一个掌声了。做到最后，见证是肯定很多的。我不要讲第6了，讲第5代、第4代，我吃的时候的见证都已经足够了。但是有一点是，很多人讲我吃了有见证我才来去介绍，我讲不需要的。我们公司有10年的见证，你可以拿来用，不需要等到你吃到有见证才来去做，不需要。只要你去听话照做，把 NDO 去弄好它，去记住那个 NDO 就好了。连跟着有会议你就跟就对了。OK， 所以 hopefully 今天我的 sharing， 因为没有什么多时间，我 share 一点点就好。改天如果你真的要听，我改天就要问Claudia一下还可以再上台吗？OK， 好不好？谢谢大家。